It's stage 4 of the Clash of Clans World Championship qualifiers, and we know the top 16 teams competing in this Swiss stage. The Swiss stage is all about the number 3. If you win 3 matches, you advance, but if you lose 3 matches, you are eliminated. But it's time for the first match between Clash Champs and Time2Throw. Let's see what Max can do as he starts with a Skelly Donut Lalo.
Laloon strike, and he's got a golem in here to provide a little bit of cushioning for his heroes out the gate. He's got enemy air defenses, 2 of them outside the walls along the bottom with that town hall relatively underprotected as well. But let's see how this donut's going to go here in the middle. Drops those spells, and the bats are going in hard. It's a bat. I mean, he's really taking out a lot. He's getting the CC, multi-target Inferno. CC is down. Nice.
Ooh, just able to get that clan castle right there. Well done to Max. And it is so difficult. They make it look so easy, but whenever I try to do it, I fail every single time here, as a couple Super Barbarians down to the bottom side with a nice Headhunter to pick off this king, while the queen is going to be going for this town hall to set up the Lalo.
Beautiful start so far, and the golem is doing its job, tanking those shots for the queen out back, who's got a little unicorn to help keep her topped off. Unicorn is the preferred pairing for this Archer Queen, and she's going to get a nice early stab to set up for the second stage of this strike. Remember, if it's just a new opportunity for you to watch Clash of Clans, it's the first star claimed by taking down that Town Hall at the bottom, the second from 50%, and that coveted third star that we really want to see in order to claim that an attack is a full success. You have to destroy the entire base in 3 minutes. So Max, with this early setup now, has left that monolith standing. He's going to send in the Royal Champion to take it down. Another hero committed to the fray, but a big strike against the core of this base, and really half of it's already destroyed before the Laloon even comes through, Carbon.
And the Royal Champion getting the monolith, getting the multi, and even moving into the core to maybe grab the defensive rage as well. The value is immense as the Warden ability protects the Lava Hound. And then he takes out the scatter with the Royal Champion as well.
Does he get to finish it off? That Royal Champion has a tiny bit of health. Scatter is taken out, but still got a lot of damage in on that. The Phoenix is also going to be finished off. Max is going to be taking a lot of splash damage from that scatter shot. He's going to really wish that it had gone down. Holds on to one more freeze spell, but I think he is going to have it no problem at all. Just a Royal Champion on the back end to cause a little bit of problems here, but the pups should be able to help finish her off. And with the freeze out there, the balloons will knock down every single tower in sight for the collapse into the final stage. This was a strong and domineering way to start this hit. Max for Time2Throw with the 3-star. Next up is going to be pCastro from the Clash Champs. He's bringing in a bit of a different style here now. Some Hog Riders to boost the Queen charge into, I want to call it Laloon, but there's not a single Lava Hound that I can see here. He's got a Battle Blimp, so he might be able to get some tanking out of that, but it's just really balloons and hogs. This is a rather unconventional attack strategy, Carbon.
Do we got a new name on our hands? Queen charge low hogs? You know, as the queen is moving in towards this mile, whenever we see attacks like this, we always love to reach out to the chat and say, hey, let us know what you want to name an attack strategy like this, when there are no Lava Hounds and a couple of hogs in the mix, as he is pulling out a little bit of the clan castle. The defensive rage spell was activated, and where's the queen going to go? Does not look like she's making her way into the Eagle Artillery, unless she walks back around for the Builder Hut. And okay, she does.
That rage spell is so crucial to keep queens alive. The healer's benefiting from the rage, and the unicorn back there as well, able to keep that queen topped off through so much incoming damage. It also, of course, boosts her own damage output, and that is carving a major hole into the base on that side. But it really does require some very careful timing and some great placement on these spells as well. Another rage committed to this queen charge into the core of the base, and that is exactly what the Clash Champs have been doing so well throughout this tournament so far, keeping that queen up and just taking barely enough damage to survive, but still dishing out quite a bit against key defenses. pCastro launches the main attack now with an early Eternal Tome for the Grand Warden, and the Battle Blimp is going to be spinning, but it still should be able to reach that Town Hall and will knock it down for the first 2 stars easy. He's just got to clean up for the final edge on this not lava, but just balloon hit, Carbon.
Yeah, the balloon's coming around the edge. That queen charging all the way through this core, getting so much value. Now the Royal Champion's coming down with hogs to the top side. minions behind them. Royal Champion, though, needs to make her way through the defensive queen headhunters. There is the freeze. His queen is still up with ability. One freeze left. 55 seconds. Pops his queen ability as he continues to run around. The king even is still alive as the ROC ability goes off. And pCastro is looking to add a 3-star as long as he's got the time, which it looks like he's looking good.
He's even got an extra freeze that he can swag here at the end. Looking very happy on that player cam now, just holding on to his headphones, and he'll drop them off because that is going to be all she wrote. pCastro with the clean and easy cleanup finds a 3-star finish for the Clash Champs in his first attack for them, and it is going to be an even keel start in this war, Carbon. The very, very best of the best are pushing hit rates to 50, 60, 70%. Extremely strong performance, and especially impressive given that they have so little time to study these bases and to take them down in a super high stakes setting.
With a blizzard that's coming in, Super Wizards looking to lock onto this town hall, and they take it down, go down instantly. But look at all those defensive skeletons near that town hall area. Sends the king off to the right. They'll run to him as another Lalo is going to be coming in here. Is he going to find a way to take out these skellies? Is he going to drop a Valkyrie maybe to help assist? No, the king's just going to make his way through this one at a time.
His flaming sword held aloft. He will smite them down one by one, taking a lot of damage in the process, unfortunately. But Jesus says that he has got his head on straight. He won't overcommit. He won't be surprised by traps, and he will still stay at this the same way that he intended from the beginning. Unfortunate that that poison tower does still stand in the center of the base. Could be launching against his attacking troops any moment now. With the enemy CC pulled out, it's going to be a Lava Hound that can really slow things down, and he'll have to be extremely careful with this Arch Queen on the outer edge without any healers to keep her topped off. She is just going to be stuck in a rut against this Lava Hound now. But it's the balloon soaring through the bottom now with a freeze spell. He's got a haste. He's got several more freezes, and that Eternal Tome, of course, to protect them from incoming damage as they make their entry to the base. Very dangerous spot up top with an Archer Queen and a multi-target Inferno ready to fire away at these balloons. How is he going to clear it out, Carbon?
Yeah, he's going to have to use that freeze, continuing his way around. Only one more freeze to utilize as he is trying to take out the enemy queen, but there was no head on us. They must have either found spring traps. But he's got the owl, which can turn around, so he decides to invest the freeze again onto the queen. The owl stops hitting the queen. We got now minions are going to overwhelm her as his queen is continuing to come up and around to help with the warden. He may just go down, but the baby dragon, some balloons to try to finish this off.
Offensive Queen is getting perilously low. She's walking straight toward that Tesla and cannon, but it looks like the fire is going to be off her for just a little bit longer. That's exactly what she just needs to secure this triple for time to throw. And it looks like he's just going to be with time ticking down. He's only got 3 more structures left, and the offense is going to be it. 3 stars for Jesus. Time to throw. Keep it on top with 6 total. And the Clash Champs have got their feet to the fire. I would be a little bit worried if I were a fan of the Clash Champs right now. Let's give them their due, though, because they're great attackers on their own, and Pato is going to be moving in next with some interesting strat to complement. He's got a lot of Super Barbarians here brought to bear, but with 2 clone spells, Electro Titan, 4 headhunters. It's kind of a kitchen sink entry point here as he gets the battle blimp all the way through with the Eternal Tome popping right into the core of the base. Invisibility spell as those troops are going to be coming on out now. And here come the clones. That's going to be a lot of damage right into the core, Carbon.
He has made it there. He did invest that freeze to get the blimp all the way to the core, which now he has access to take out the town hall, Eagle Artillery. Wait. Oh, he almost takes out the eagle. Whoa. The multi next to, behind, or in front of that eagle there. But that town hall going down, which is very nice. Wasn't able to get that monolith, which if he was able to somehow line up the shots through the town hall, would have been able to. But you never know when the blimp comes down, the angles, and where everything gets cloned up. But we got Super Barbarians coming down around. And one of the biggest reasons why players use Super Barbarians is when there's a bunch of openings in the wall. You can see there's almost like no compartments closed off as he can now just move his way casually around since the value that he got from that blimp was immense.
It is a very tricky decision to try to keep these walls open and funnel your opponent's troops in versus closing them off and giving a cleaner funneling opportunity to them Pato this time finds a base that has got lots of openings and is going to try to make the most of it as he crushes the top side now with these heroes still pushing in super strong. Even sent in an Apprentice Warden to get a few pop shots off there. He's taking some fire from the cannon, but unfortunately, it looks like Pato's top side charge is going to be falling to the wayside now. He really needs these heroes to get a lot of work done to ensure that the cleanup can come through all the way. Makes it to the monolith now. That is a key target to be sure. And with Diggy stunning it, is going to be able to knock it down. All hero abilities have been used. Pato's just cruising along with this clockwise motion, hoping that he can keep this boat upright as he floats on to victory. Really only has to worry about that scatter shot and enemy royal champion at the bottom at this point, Carbon.
Yeah, with that Royal Champion, did already pop the ability, so here comes the Super Barbarians head-hunter into the defensive Royal Champion, taking her down with ease, and yet another 3-star here.
That's
delivering.
A lot of traps.
But he's fine. 28 seconds, no worries. Just one building left. That Tesla goes down, and it's a 3-star for Clash Champs.
Looks like a queen charge into an Electro Dragon army, but only 5 Electro Dragons. Sometimes you can see players bringing even more for that really heavy-handed hit. But he must have some sort of surgical entry point out the bottom side in mind. He's going to be able to grab 2 air defenses down there next to that Eagle artillery. Crucial targets to grab early on for a queen charge like this. And we'll see how he's going to choose to follow up. A few rocket loons as well, so maybe able to grab another couple of air defenses up the top side before these Electro Dragons start to get that chain lightning value off.
With the Headhunter to help provide the assistance for this queen, he can grab the value down south, but it depends on if the queen's going to walk to the left or walk directly into the Eagle. Yeah, she continues down south. Okay. But notice he does have the recall, so he can pull this queen back and use her again in a different portion of the base. So he decides to invest actually the Flame Flinger to move into here. So he can, one healer down, but he can. That means he can use that last healer since he can recall the 4 healers, the Unicorn, and that queen all with the recall spell.
Very, very handy spell, especially when your queen is needed elsewhere, and there she goes. Still would have gotten quite a bit of value up along the bottom left side there, but knows that time is a factor and really needs to get in there hard. Keep an eye at the bottom of the screen if you're curious about the off-broadcast games, by the way. We've got the first attacks coming in for both of those teams along the bottom. You saw a pickup there for the Dark Phoenix squad. Agnestar is coming perilously close to that triple, but not being able to pull it off quite yet. But lots of 2-stars so far in our off-broadcast matches. Bonkie's going to be moving in the top corner now with these Electro Dragons. One does go down pretty early, and he's not really getting the collapse into the core that he might have been looking for. Still, he should be able to get this Town Hall down, and he'll have a lot of work to do on cleanup. Can he pull off a triple here, Carbon?
Oh, he did pop that word early there where he didn't pop it right away.
Another dragon.
Yeah, the thing is, those E-Dragons went down, but he did just get the Town Hall down and some chains.
Oh, man.
The monolith is up. Queen's ability, unfortunately, was forced. Flame Flinger's about to open up from that Air Expo. Rocket Loon's coming flying out to try to help take that down, but getting pushed back. Oh, they can't even take it out because he also does have a Dragon Rider, which does not grab the Air Expo, but the king is down off to the far right side with a wizard assistance. The queen pops this hound, continuing to try to push through. He can send the Royal Champion into the monolith directly to target it, but if there are ground skeletons up there, that's going to be a big problem.
Here she goes, a little miner to help out as well. There are ground skeletons, and there's a lot of tornado trap. Bonkie is running into a lot of trouble in the core of the base as this is a very tough nut to crack. His Archer Queen is going to be wandering around the walls and giving free reign to those multi-target Infernos to be able to fire away at the healers. She is going very down, and she is out. Royal Champion eliminated. Barbarian King cannot summit the walls and finish off this base, and Bonkie will be left with a 2-star in the middling 90%.
The skeletons providing the defense there, stopping the Royal Champion, making her retarget onto him, and Bonkie, unfortunately, going to fall short, but a 94% 2-star.
He's got a Flame Flinger as well here for some more long-range damage. It is definitely a siege machine of preference for these players, and check that out. Even dropped in a little Barbarian to kind of check around for traps on that right side edge. Didn't want to get caught unawares. He is doing everything right out the beginning, but he's got to keep an eye on time. That can be a tricky factor for these long-range, slower assaults. You've got to get it done in 3 minutes. But with lots of open compartments, these Super Barbarians are well selected by Leo to try to get the top off for this next hit.
with the Headhunter and raging up at his queen to get through the defensive queen while breaking the queen in to continue her charge towards that scatter shot, pulling a little bit of the clan castle out as the Flame Flinger is going to continue to go to the right side. He finds a Tesla farm over there, so the Flame Flinger can eventually slowly make its way there, but it won't be able to outrange the Monolith, so you have to keep that in mind as the queen is now walking to the left, but that jump spell should bring her back now and push her into the town hall.
Raged up that Archer Queen as well, and that is going to be able to good freeze on top to keep those Rocket Loons at bay. Lots of incoming damage. What the healers are doing their job, and with the Flame Flinger to provide support as well, those defenses are going to be crashing down. Leo is cleared for landing along that right corner and is going to refocus now for the rest of his assault along the bottom side. He's got that Barbarian King supported by the Grand Warden, going to be charging on in to a big compartment with an Eagle Artillery to claim. The enemy Barbarian King on defense is going to start popping off it with a Rage spell. He's got to crack through it really, really quickly here. Lots of multi-target Inferno damage raining down, but the Queen is going to collapse into the core and help us out as well.
Yeah, the Rocket Loon's now clutching up, taking out that Monolith as the Queen is slowly going to try to continue her way through. And the Queen actually getting stalled on the Clan Castle is actually huge for the Tattle Poison to wear off, as now continuing around with the Super Barbarians. Headhunter taking out the enemy World Champion, and he's continuing his way through with a freeze as well. Super Barbarians being used to pick off the defenses and buildings around this base with 50 seconds still left. Leo pops that Queen ability. He can drop a freeze, and it's looking good for yet another 3-star for Clash Champs.
It's a yeehaw finish from Leo, knocking it apart, and with another swag freeze. Drops it right on the CC to send a clear message. And he'll take a quick sip as he prepares for his next victim. Whoa, that's going to be a lot of balloons and really just one Lava Hound to block for them. The early charge out the left side, though, from this Queen is going to be plenty of healer support, and once again is going to be bringing that recall spell very well paired with the Queen to get those air defenses down and carve out those tricky sections of the base that the balloons wouldn't otherwise have good pathing through, Carbon.
Yeah, as Paevu's charging this Queen to the left side in towards the enemy Royal Champion, but can pull that Queen back. He's looking to get the enemy Royal Champion. He could even step in and grab that scatter shot if he so chooses. Or is he going to pull this Queen back now after the... Oh, yeah, there you go. That was a lot of damage. That Queen was about to almost force ability.
Not quite. She got really low there, but Paevu is doing a great job of just letting her get topped back off again. Not a whole lot of damage from that Wizard Tower, and those healers are doing exactly what they are meant to do. And enemy Barb King is going to be walking on into the action now, but just him alone is not going to be enough to shut this Queen down, especially with that well-placed Headhunter to keep those blows at bay. Paevu setting up for these balloons and still has got quite a bit of time left for the entry point. Oh, Skeleton's going to be coming out against the Flame Flinger. That's going to demand a quick response. He's got minions and an Archer to shut that down, and that Flame Flinger will stay safe for now. CC pulls coming on out now, and it's going to be a Lava Hound to gum up the action. With those additional Archers, Paevu's going to drop that poison to shut it down early and ensure that just that Expo is firing away. Very impressive that the Eagle Artillery has not even yet been activated. Paevu is being very careful to make sure that he didn't get that turned on until the last possible second. One salvo is going to be raining down against the Barbarian King, but the Archer Queen should be able to shut it out without any problems. He does have to be concerned about time, though, because there's only 1:14 left for 60% of the base, Carbon.
Yeah, not too much time, but these players know what they're doing. You have to be careful, though, Woody. There is an invisibility spell behind the Town Hall. So if you don't freeze it properly, it can make it so that you ignore the Town Hall and could result in a 1-star. There is the freeze. You have to take that Town Hall down now as the Queen is continuing her charge up top.
The drop is good, even with the Tornado Trap to spin them around. They are going to be able to get that damage in there, and with the Eternal Tome to protect the balloons, if they can path off of this Giga Poison, they'll be well positioned to finish off this base. It still is just a matter of time, though. It's coming very perilously close to being a time fail. With 30 seconds left, they're going to have to collapse in and do this awfully quickly. The Queen's still looking very healthy. Balloons are pathing in toward the multi. They need to take it down. There it goes. Royal Champion to support. 20 seconds left, Carbon.
Oh, the World Champion's ability. The Queen ability pops it now with 15 seconds left. It skips across, and Paevu delivering a 3-star for time to throw and keeping pace in this match.
Breathing hellfire down onto this base with some more destructive support from a Stone Slammer. He is just going to go all in on heavy aerial offense, Carbon.
Yeah, with this Queen off to the right side, again, another recall spell to bring that Queen back after she gets the value, which the value could be that Eagle Artillery. She's going to slowly make her way there. A couple Super Barbarians helping to push this Queen in. Yeti to the bottom side, and there's a couple healers. Make sure that Queen is topped off so you don't worry about losing the health of the Queen, even though you do have the Unicorn to help heal the Queen up anyways. As the Eagle is going down, look at the value. That Eagle Artillery going down that easy? That's crazy to think that the base is designed like that.
Bro has got no chill, knocks it apart, and that right side corner is obliterated. Here we go now with the Super Dragons. Redrop out the bottom side as the recall spell is going to get that Archer Queen repositioned, and a Rage right in the core of that entire offensive clump is going to get excellent value as he's just pathing destruction all across this base. A little bit of confusion now from the Super Dragons as they're spreading out a bit more than he'd probably like. Not going to get that life aura on all of them, and one of them is even going way far out to the outer edge now. Seeking Air Bomb is going to hit it hard, and that Monolith is causing a bit more trouble for the other Dragons on the inside of the base, but the spread isn't going to be completely bad news as Loope has still kept his pacing now. He's moving on to the Monolith, and as long as that Stone Slammer can knock it apart and get the Town Hall down, he might still have a chance at finishing this off with a clean finish.
Yeah, all you need is one Super Dragon to make it to the Town Hall, and if you have a Rage there, it will easily take it down as he's continuing this Queen, walking in, taking out that multi with ease. Does activate, that's critical. Activate that defensive Rage on that backside. So as his heroes are now continuing to make their way through, that Rage will have disappeared, and his heroes will have an easier time pushing through this final compartment.
Lots of opportunities still for the cleanup here. Keep an eye on those healers, though, because he definitely does need to keep that Archer Queen topped off, as there's going to be a lot of damage incoming from those ground-based expos. The enemy Archer Queen, he's got one more Headhunter, and the commit is good. Going to get the lock there, and with the protection from the Barbarian King out in front, she is going to be stabbed down awfully quickly now. Loope adds on the Royal Champion onto the right side now, and with that shield ready to toss and the Archer Queen ability yet to deploy, this is looking like a clean and easy 3-star once again for the Clash Champs. It is not just going to be a tic-tac-toe, Carbon. We are looking at Connect 4.
He is delivering yet another invisibility spell to Swag, and Loope delivering a 3-star here for Clash Champs, and that is going to be 4 for 4 here in this match with only one small hiccup for time to throw, which is what, about 94% 2-star, so not too far off, but Clash Champs delivering yet again.
He's brought 5 healers for another Queen charge with that recall spell ready to deploy, but not going to be going to the skies this time. It's going to be 4 Electro Titans to try to zap through this base and bring that heavy offense on the ground. 2 Rage Towers are going to be set up to support the multi-target Infernos in the center left area of the base, as he's got that enemy Town Hall set up over on that right side. Monolith far on the outer edge as well, and that Eagle Artillery is not going to be easy to reach either. It's kind of a straight line horizontally for all of the big defenses he's got to get through, as well as a scatter shot and an enemy Archer Queen up in the top compartment. This is a really fantastic base that the Clash Champs have built, and I got to hand it to pCastro. I don't know if it's going to hold off the 3-star, but I love the shape of it, at least.
Yeah, so this is a really unique way to use the recall is don't recall the healers here if you drop a Warden, because you can pull the Queen, both the pets, and the Warden all together and leave the healers, and then they just move off to the left side or the right side, wherever it is, just a bit, so that the healers can just continue to heal them up. So you take them out of that compartment there, as now the Blimp is responsible for pulling out the Clan Castle and then going in for this multi, as he's going to loop all the way up and around with one jump spell to use.
Knocks apart the Eagle as well, and it's going to be an awkward positioning for that Lava Hound. Going to pull that Archer Queen a little bit more further in, and that's going to engage the enemy Multi-Inferno. We've got Electro Titans now coming through to zap, but they are not going to get the damage off into the pups. It's going to be a poison spell for that. Instead, Diego has brought the entire kitchen sink ready to deploy for this army. Jump spell right into the core of the base is going to get him into that compartment where he can reach that enemy town hall for the second star, while the Barbarian King up top is chopping and slicing dicing through that scatter shot, finishes it off, and we'll find a Tesla farm as well. A couple of them going to start zapping away at the Phoenix and getting some more damage off into the balloons up into the top side, and that compartment still has a little bit of work left to do. Eternal Tome has been saved until the very end, and even with that tornado trap spinning around, that is not going to be enough to deny Diego that right side access. He moves into the final section with another free spell to commit. He has still got some more firepower to dump into this base, Carbon.
Oh, he's continuing his way around. With only 48 seconds left, he freezes that monolith yet again. He does have Queen ability, trying to get through this defensive King. The RC is going to have the burner ability. The Skeleton spell was used quite early. Pops the Queen, pops the RC ability. The monolith goes down. He's hanging on 33 seconds. Can he continue? A giant bomb pops. The Royal Champion's hanging on. Uh-oh.
But Diego has done it. Still in it, and he will not back down. With an excess of headhunters in the end that ultimately gave him enough to finish it off and claim the crown. Time to throw, still sitting pretty here, but that is not going to be a guaranteed victory.
As Celinho is now coming in with the Super Barbarians. And he's going to go with that Sarch. The blimp Super Archer is going to come across the space. Going to send in a blimp to go for this town hall, and looks like he's not investing a warden at the moment. He's going with the blimp solo to go grab that town hall.
We need a 2-star 95% for the clear and confident win by Celinho. Brings in 5 headhunters to knock down these enemy heroes alongside 30 Super Barbarians. This is going to be a really tricky base to pick apart, but with the Super Archers in place, he finds the shot against the enemy Archer Queen, going to take down that Town Hall, grab some additional damage onto that Expo, detonates a big bomb right into the core, and is going to even get some more pop shots off against that CC now. He finds that enemy Lava Hound. It's not going to be too much to worry about, and with the pups getting taken down now, Celinho has done what he needed out of the first stage of this strike. Can he follow it up with an even stronger finish to move in over the top and secure the win for the Clash Champs? 2 minutes left to find out, Carbon.
But what's crazy is that he did not have to get stole up on the Hound. The Super Archers actually cleared all the pups as well. Insane as he continues this push in towards the core, towards the Eagle, towards the multi-target Inferno with 16 Super Barbarians still to use. Get ready to try to pair that King ability with that Warden Eternal Tome as he's continuing to make his way around this base.
Ice Golem pops off over on the left side, and that's going to be a little bit of support here for the heroes as they continue to dive around this the bottom edge. That Archer Queen's getting very low, though. Doesn't have any healers to keep her topped off, and she's taking a lot of fire from these ground-based Expos, firing away at long range. She is still barely alive, and the Unicorn's going to get a little bit of a chance to heal her off a bit more. Grand Warden is taking the damage now, though, and he does go down. Archer Queen out the backside is going to get some additional help to take down the enemy Royal Champion. She has been finished off, and it's going to be additional spell support, but that is all the deploy that is left. Royal Champion shield has been tossed, and with that multi-inferno still on up, Celinho needs to get this damage dumped in hard and fast. Archer Queen barely hanging on by a sliver of health. Pops her ability for a bit more push in here. The 2-star 90, 92, 94, 95. Celinho has done it, and the Clash Champs have won it with a perfect war. Not even a caster jinx could deny their victory.
And with that victory, Clash Champs has moved up in the Swiss stage, with the next match coming will be Clash Champs versus Early Attacks in the 2-0 group, with the winner advancing to stage 5.